Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madame Hugo's Unconventional French Lessons. If you're joining us today for the first time, thank you and you're welcome to our platform. Here we educate our audience on the tricks and the tips in learning French effortlessly. And I boast that French is one of the easiest languages anybody can learn. So please help us to like our page, share, comment, and also recommend to your friends. Without much ado, I would like to start officially our lesson 1 on our Madame Hugo's Unconventional French lessons for today. But before we get started, I would like to take you on a journey. So come with me. Now, did you know that in English, most of the verbs that we have that end with A, T, E are actually French verbs? Yes, I will give examples. We have the English verb indicate. In French, we would call this indiquer. In English, we would say educate. In French, we would call this éduquer, with an accent here. In English, we would say fabricate. In French, we would call this fabricate. Sorry, in French, we would call it fabricate. So English fabricate, French fabricate. Implicate, English. French, we will call it impliquer. English, we would say communicate. French, we would call this communicate. This goes to show you the close proximity that exists between French and English. So, if you're worried about how difficult French is, I am here to disabuse your mind that French is actually not as difficult as you think it is. So long as you have a good foundation of the English language, you'll have a lot of advantage in learning French. So let's get ahead with it. I would like to start first by telling us about some of the rules that we need to know as far as French language is concerned. So these are some of the rules of the French language that we need to be conscious of. Number 1, French language is such a language that respects gender. Number 2, French language respects numbers. Number 3, French language respects relationship. And the last but not the least, French language respects environment. And if you're wondering what the meaning of this respecting of gender, respecting of number, respecting of relationship, and respecting of environment is, if you join us on this journey, you will get to understand them better. So the first step is to know these roots and be conversant with them. So let's jump right into alphabets in French. Having cleared the rules of French, now is the first step. And in the first step of learning any language, understanding the alphabet of that language is really key in building your foundation. And like in English, I had explained previously that French and English share close proximity. As a matter of fact, about 40% to 45% of English words were actually derived from French. So that continues to underscore the fact that if you have a very good grasp of the English language, learning French is not going to be really difficult for you. And especially when you have an unconventional tutor like myself, you will be glad that you did. All right, so let's start with the alphabets. Just like we have alphabets in English, the same way we have alphabets in French. So I am going to make the process way much easier for us by providing us with the alphabet, and I am going to write the pronunciation direction in red color. That way, when you're practicing by yourself, you can actually look at the pronunciation directions and be able to orally produce these alphabets. So I am going to be using two inks, the red one for the pronunciation direction and the black one for the main letters. So we have letter A, in French, we pronounce this as A. A. We have letter B. In French, we pronounce this as B. B. We have letter C. We pronounce this as Se. Se. We have letter D. D will be pronounced as De. De. And we have letter E. E is as though you are joining letter E, O, and U together. So you pronounce this way. And we have letter F. F in French and F in English almost sound similar, just that in French you stress it a little bit. So this is F. Letter G. Now, pay attention here. Letter G in French sounds like J. Okay? This is the pronunciation of letter G in French. J, J, J. All right? Letter H. Is pronounced ash. Letter I is pronounced E. Letter J is pronounced G. You would notice that it's as though letter G and letter J swapped their pronunciations. Letter K is pronounced Ka. Letter L is pronounced L. Letter M is pronounced M. Letter N is pronounced N. Letter O is also pronounced O. Letter P is pronounced pe. Letter Q is pronounced k. K. Letter R is one of the hardest pronouncing letters in French. So this is pronounced as though you are saying R and RU. So this is pronounced R, R, R. Letter S is pronounced S. Letter T is pronounced T. Letter U is pronounced U, as though you're irritated. U. Letter V is pronounced V. Letter W is pronounced W. Now, I want us to take a closer look at letter W. We can see that W looks like two V's made together. So if V is V, W is like saying double of V, which is W. Letter X is pronounced X. Letter Y is pronounced Y. And letter Z is pronounced Z. So, to recite the alphabet, I am going to do it in one fell swoop. So we have A, B, C, D, U, F, J, H, E, G, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, I would like to hear you recite your alphabet in French. Let me know in the comment section which of the alphabet you found difficult to pronounce, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.